Hey, this is Jim Shiner coming to you with Restoration Uganda. It's been a long time since I've given a report, but I hope you'll watch all this video. The school year is now over and we're in between the break getting ready for 2026. Today I have three things I want to talk to you about. First, I want to share some amazing things of what God's doing through their church. Talk about some of the financial challenges of this year, in particular 2025, and then give you an update on the girls' boarding section. When we first went to the Restoration Assembly Church 19 years ago, this is what the church looked like. But Pastor Frank Bataille has such a heart for outreach over the years. God's just blessed the church. This was the physical building in 2018. Inside, you can see they had kind of this, fancy backdrop so that they could start their video ministry and begin publishing their services literally around the world through YouTube and Facebook. The church began to grow, and in 2022, it outgrew their building, and literally they moved into this tent. But again, because of the blessing of God on the church, it outgrew the tent shortly. And so Frank spent about a year training all of his leaders and then sending them out. In June of 2023, he literally took his best people and sent them out to pastor new locations. And they launched 10 different locations. They started an M12 discipleship ministry where every small group, their goal was to make 12 disciples. And let me just give you a quick report. This was 28 months ago. As of October, they now have 90 locations. They've got a young man going to Western Uganda who's going to try to start another 200 locations. It's crazy. But they have locations all over the country, and their weekly attendance in the month of October, every month with all 90 locations, was over 10,000 people. Even more than that, in their small group ministry, 3,000 small groups totaling over 35,000 people weekly in attendance in their discipleship groups. And as far as how many people are getting saved every week, they're averaging about 400 people giving their life to Christ every week. On October 6th, I think Frank told me they had 882 people saved in all 90 locations. And so want to rejoice with God just how much he is doing through the ministry of Frank Bataille, the Restoration Assembly Church. Moving on to our ministry, and of course our portion really isn't the church, it's the school. We've had a pretty challenging financial year. At the beginning of this year, I showed you these graphs that we were always coming up a little bit short of budget. But to be quite honest, we've even gone down this year because we have lost just a lot of money in support through Restoration Uganda, going to support our kids in this school. We've got over 200 kids sponsored, but that number's gone down. We've lost sponsors. You say, why? I'm only guessing, but one of the reasons is my family and I moved to Georgia. There were a lot of people sponsoring back in Spokane that, for whatever reason, now that we've moved, have stopped sponsoring. Also, the fact that we've been moving so much, I have not done a video since February of this year, and we've not taken any trips. Every time we take a trip, every time we make a video, there's a little bit of momentum in the ministry. And so here we are coming at the end of 2025, and we have a pretty significant financial shortfall due to this fact. And so one of the things I'm going to ask you to pray about is considering just sending us a one-time gift that can help us catch up this year. We are quite a bit behind, and so if you can just pray about maybe helping us catch up this year. I'm excited for the future because we are going back to Uganda in March. That's 4 months from now of 2026, and then we're planning a large trip where hopefully we'll invite you a year later, March 2027. Girls boarding section update. The last time I talked about this was just a huge need, but it's also a God-sized project. We didn't really want to put a lot of support into this until we knew that financially the school was going to be okay. As you know, the boys boarding section has a great building, but the girls are living in really subpar conditions. Well, thanks to, this is kind of a floor plan here that you can see, overview map of where our high school right now in the boys boarding section is, the church, the primary school. This whole area is owned by the church, and the plan is to build the girls boarding section here. Literally, due to the generous donation of one of our supporters, we received $40,000 to do all the plans, all the permitting, everything we need to do for that building. So that's been done. These plans, of course, look like they're out in the middle of nowhere, but you can see this is what the school will look like long term, God willing, with 6 floors. We're only going to start with 1 or 2 floors. This kind of gives you some perspective where our current boys boarding section is. It's going to be right up against that. There it is from the other side. And literally this is, I mean, they build within very few feet of existing buildings. So it's going to be popped right onto that area. Where are we? Because I've had people ask me, where are we on the girls boarding section? Well, we need about $125,000 just to get it started. That's for 1 level to build the foundation and get 1 level of school done to demolish. And we've only got about $6,200 as of today. Why? We haven't really been promoting this because the needs of the ongoing feeding the kids, paying the teachers has been our priority this year. In either case, we are praying because this is our opportunity right now. That maybe you might be stirred to help support us in this endeavor. To me, the number one need is getting us out of the shortfall that we're in right now so that we can start 2026 on level ground. But man, if God does something amazing in the next month, we can actually start building this right now during the break. School doesn't start again until about the 3rd week of February. So we have a window right now that we could actually work on the building, on the boarding section for the girls. You know what to do. Mail a check to us. If you give on PayPal, make sure I send the link to you. You can contact me at jim@restorationuganda.com. But if you give through our giving fund, don't just send us money through PayPal because PayPal will take a fee. But if you do it through the giving fund, we get 100% of your gifts. So thank you so much for praying for us, and have a great holiday season.